Okay. Good morning.
Morning. Shin Yudalid.
Shin Yudalid Siftas.
Just, I just ended up very fast last year just about the bottle caps and things. The Yisod is basically, and it was Machlokes, whatever. The Yisod is that, if the cap in plastic or metal is put on the bottle before, it's usually shoved onto the bottle. So then, when you take it off, you break the ring and you make the cap into a cap. So therefore, whatever the Matthias is with plastic, with metal, definitely that's Matthias, is that you take it, you make it into a cap, and that's why there are poskim who are machmir, but the poskim who are machmir, that's why they're machmir, because wasn't usable as a cap before that. That would be similar. But it's similar to like a wrapper. That's the whole idea of a wrapper. It's not really a kli. It's just something which is, it's a very shvach. It's just like a woven something. So that would be like a wrapper or a potato chip bag, something like that. That you're just breaking open, tearing open to use, not to keep as a kli. You're allowed to take off or to cut if you tied on chicken or something to shipud, you're allowed to cut the rope. So that's not called mechatech. The mechatech is a malacha. A malacha of mechatech is when you're makpid on the midah. You're makpid. The person, when Shabur explains, the person explains, you're makpid on a specific measurement, a specific cut, something like that. Because the malacha will be you're cutting out leather or whatever it is. You're makpid on a very specific length, or cut, or shape, something like that. That would be mechatech. Stop cutting the rope is considered mekalkel, and for oichel, whatever, that's fine. What's brought in with mechatech is the question is usually of a machlokes. Rav Yosef is machmir when it comes to perforated wrappers. If tearing that open, is that mechatech or not? So Rav Yosef was machmir when it comes to any perforation. He held that's mechatech. That makes a nice cut, a nice straight cut, and whatever. Rav Zalman, I think, was more makel when it came to it. Also the yogurt containers here that they're stuck together, so to break them apart. Rav Yosef is machmir. He had told that was mechatech. Rav Zalman was makel, because that's just a derech. It's not, you're not cutting because you want a specific meat. You're cutting because you want to separate them, or you want to open the tissue package or whatever it is. You're not trying to make a nice cut. You're just trying to open it, and that's not considered a nice cut. If you open with cans, let's say you make a hole in the bottom and you open the top with soda cans. It's scored over there, but that's also, it's not mechatech, because the point is you just want to be able to drink. You're not trying to go ahead and to make a specific type of hole.
You really try to make preparations straight, like on a tissue bag.
I don't know quite. So Rav is not here. Quite Rav Zalman, I'm not sure. It could be if you want to make it. Yeah, I'm sure if you have a kavanah to make it perfectly like this and open, it's exactly the right length. Whatever, that could be. There'll be an issue. If you have like a lid or some sort of like the door of a board that has it's tied on, you're allowed to go ahead and even untie it. Right, we get to kosher more later on, but a kosher is only also if it's a kosher shel chayama. Which is machlokes whether it means a whole day or till the end of Shabbos. That's a later issue. But al chupanim, this is not a kesher shel chayama. It's oimid lahatir. So it's oimid to go ahead and to untie every second. So therefore, it's You can untie it. However, in this case, if it's tied to the ground, you shouldn't cut the rope because the rope that's not stira. The dafka should also the kaim amanat shel asira b'Shabbos. That only if it's that you just wanted the shul asir, you tie it up. You shouldn't take it off on Shabbos. Well, also the kaim klal mutter. If for some reason maybe it was just windy, you tied it on there. It wasn't you for like chatbam. It was just a one-time thing. So then that's not stira, and you can cut it as well. If you closed up a tanur you tied it on with some sort of block or something. We start sharking of some potato. Oh, right, in the front daf, put a piece of wood and you glue it on with tit. Now the point is just to close it for however long you need and then to pull it open. Also, litain, and that's also shiloh by that's by tefira. Okay, that's by kosher. But shilohs of different shel kayama. If it's omed liftoach, even though it was closed, then that's not called kayama. Also, litain shava or shemen av and negav achabis l'sal. So you can't put soft wax, or thick oil in the nekev of the chavis to sort of blocks it. And they shoot mareach. Sicha mishicha ticha maricha shia in echadu. All the malacha of the mareach is either you're smoothing, you're putting cream, you're smoothing your ticha, you're smoothing out like cement, any sort of oil, any sort of wax, any sort of thick like butter or something like that. That's all called miruach. Aval shar the less by mishimaruach, anything which is not smeared on. Since the wine is not coming out, the mutter, that's not called binyan. Because that's called seisen. That's tikkun maneh. Even if you put something there, derech harama lomer she'enu v'chavin elatznim sham. I just want to put the butter. I just want to put this thing over here because I want to need a place to put it. That's also even Talmud Chacham mutal laharim b'kaf. Talmud Chacham, someone who knows halachos well, but not choishish. He's allowed to marry, but not choishish. He's gonna go ahead and do other yisurim.
I don't understand the issue here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little lost as well. Maybe you can explain it outside.
Right. So the issue here is that it seems to be that this is the Rabbanon that you might come to go ahead and even technically it's Domeshin Miskabin, and this is the Rabbanon, which
what are you doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
You're sticking. Well, no, the issue that I could come to is Binyan B'Kalim. That you're going ahead and you're
stopping it up with a rag.
Not a rag. It's
wax.
No, wax is the problem of Meruach. Wax is the problem of Meruach. You stick a piece of wood there. I don't know.
Okay.
A piece of wood, a rock.
You saw Magufa all along. It was okay.
No, it's not by the Magufa. You're closing up a hole. There's a hole and a spout in the barrel. A spout, or you had, or it's a leak. There's a leak, and you want to close it. The wine's leaking out, so you want to close it up. So the first part is you stick in some sort of you smear on wax or whatever that stops it. That's also helps Meruach, making anything smooth as Meruach. However, the second thing is if you stick something else there, you put a stick or a piece of wood, whatever it's on whatever it might be, a shoe, I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that would be a problem of Tikkun Maneh or Binyan B'Kalim. Because so the thing is that if he's just sticking it there and technically he has kavanah because he just wants to keep it there, he needs a place to put it, it will be mutter. The issue is if the person's doing harama, then the chaver choshish that it doesn't fit well, it's not doing harama, you'll stick something else in there and do a real tikkun. That's the thing. Talmud Chacham, it says Talmud Chacham, someone who really knows his halachos, so the chaver choshish or such a thing. They'll get confused or make a mistake or whatever, which is interesting because usually we don't say that. I guess this gzeira is a very kal gzeira. Could be the pshat is doing harama. That's a really mutter, but sometimes person starts with haramos, they tend to make mistakes. And there are other places that chazor matter haramos for Talmud Chavim who really know the halachos well because they're not going to go or Yerushalayim, you're not going to come to what's it called? Even though there's a lot of places throughout Shulchan Aruch or whatever that as a shayla or whether it did Talmud Chacham nowadays, as there are many dinim that says we don't have a din Talmud Chacham, and the Magen Avraham says that for this inyan it's okay because it's a very kal chash. Sakin be'shachim shutachov v'koisel she'etz v'yoyim, you have a knife stuck into a wooden wall or yoyim, or let's say it's a push pin into a corkboard. Also, let's see Shabbos. You're not allowed to go. Oh, it's attached to the koisel. You can't take it out on Shabbos. Even shudavar mechuber, since it's mechuber. So that's like if the corkboard, I'm not sure if it's called mechuber. Probably if it's hanging. If it's hanging there, so then that could be is mechuber. It's stuck to the wall. If it's in a kli, then you are allowed to go ahead and to take it out. Now, push pin is something else. That's not really a kli. If you want to use a push pin, for instance, to take a splinter out or something, so that that would be the shiloh. But a knife, that's the shiloh. If a knife stuck in the wall, then that would be a problem. If she's stuck in and out. On their Shabbos, if you the place was sharik and you're not doing, they're already made it into a normal hole, and that's not called being stira. It's not a psigresha. It's because you already took it out, so the hole is wide enough. How when you stick it in, take it out, you make the hole wider. Here the hole is already set, and therefore there's no issue. But it's not. That's the thing, is that it's mechuber. The issue is not that you pull it. That's the issue. Is not that you're pulling the knife out. The issue is you're making the hole wider. So that's in the wall. That's a problem. But if it's already wide enough, then you don't need to. Then you don't. It's okay. Shintas vav. Mishum oil. Shabbos. Now we're dealing with oil. And oil. So also last is oil b'Shabbos and Yontif afilu arai. An oil, the definition of an oil is you have two mechitzas and you have a roof. And you want the space underneath the roof. Meaning a regular oil is you put up a temporary structure, you have two walls and a roof, and you want to sit underneath it. That would be that's a standard regular oil. So the Shulchan Aruch says, however, dafka gag, the oil is really the main thing. The oil is the gag. If a mechitza is mutter, to just put up two mechitzas, that's not called an oil. Mechitza asura elikein nasis lahatir sukkah lahatir tiltul. This is the sheet of Taisus, and the Taisus says that the idea of mechitza materis, that really the reason mechitza is not called a chelik of oil is because it's not. It's not binyan because that's not the ikar. It's just mechitzas. What you do already? You just put up a little wall. You put a mechitza up. However, if it's a mechitza materis, it's a connection with davar choshev, and that mechitza will be a place that type of mechitza would be aser. Like you put up one wall to make a sukkah. It's going to be an ara, and you just put it up for Shabbos or whatever. So that would be, even if you don't attach it to the roof, that would be, even if it's like 10 tefachim, that would be a problem. And then we'll see the Shulchan other cases, situations of mechitza materis, or lahatu tiltul, you put up for an eruv, something like that. Aval mechitza nasis, tznias va'alma, shari, if you just put like a screen up or something because, as Mishnah Berurah says, you want to put up a mechitza between women and men, so they can hear a drasha, which Stam is Agav, it's the Shitas, Mordechai, whatever, who holds that you need, if person's giving a shir, just like in Tefillah, you have to put a mechitza between men and women, even for a shir. It's brought down in the Rishonim. Came mashma over here as well, from the Shulchan Mishnah Berurah. Mechitza ba'alma, whatever. Akopanim. And that would be mutter. That just needs to separate them. In a shul, if you put up a mechitza in shul, also it's not mechitza material. It's just to make a hefresh between. So that's not called a mechitza materis. It doesn't need to have a din mechitza. That's the way that the Orach Shabbos explains. It doesn't need to have a din mechitza, 10 tfachim, no, whatever. It has to be enough just to make a separation. That's just to block the door. And also the pareiches of Ashel Yasa oil begag tefach. As long as you don't fold it over something, in a way that's going to make a roof of a tefach. To go ahead and like we had in the case by the mace, to go ahead and set up a mechitza to block the sun, or a tzina, or if they have neighbors, or Shulchan Aruch, and to block from the lechter. However, it's also to go ahead and put up a mechitza on Shabbos in order to matter tashmish. As what the issue is a nair in the room, so you can't. In order to matter, you have to go and put a mechitza of 10 tfachim. As even if. And that would even work even if you could see the nair above. It's in a separate room. And nair in a separate room is mutter. I mean, there's
some that say no, some that say yes. Ask your local rabbi.
Yeah, that's the thing. No, some say it's a peak din. It's okay, but that's the darkness in the room. Harmony machmirim, and that's Rishman is in Yom Lakan.
Why is that more mechitza materis than for a drasha?
The drasha says the Rasai said, Rav said that it's not. It doesn't have to be a din mechitza. You can just put like a piece of paper up, technically. Like you got a big paper.
Tefillah also.
But tefillah also, yeah. Just put a piece of paper up. You can't see. What's the big deal? It doesn't have to din mechitza. If I have a big, just have like a thin piece of paper, and he was able to. He'll stand there and hold it. It would be okay.
Tluya is okay.
But or tluya hanging out, right? But he'll also be fine to show. But for what's it called? For the issue of tashmish, he can't be in the same room as in there, or svarim as well, or maybe a thing with svarim as well. Issue is it's in the same room, right? So then, therefore, you need to put up a mechitza at least 10 tfachim. To go ahead and say, okay, now it's found in the same room, and therefore it's mutter. But if it's in a polite, whatever else, that's decided to go back to Rishman, a separate issue. Okay, they svared in the shamish of Asas Trachov. Lo shayim yoim tefach. If it wasn't already a tefach that was already up, she'az mutter lahoisef alev Shabbos. The din of Moisif oil is mutter, and in any situation, we'll see the regular oil, that if the oil is spread out a tefach, then that's Moisif oil is mutter, you're allowed to pull it all the way over. So to mechitza materis, if there's already something blocking a tefach, you can pull it up and finish making the proper mechitza.
A tefach wide.
I've heard the mechitza tefach from the ground, tefach high, it's folded and it's like a screen and you just pull it up or something like that. So that would that hurts talking about something like that. Eitzim shetoikim merosha ha'echa b'doifen asfina. If you have wood that they put in the head of rosha, we put one of the heads into a side of a boat. Kofim rosha hasheni b'doifen hasheni shel asfina. And you go ahead and you bend it to stick into the other side. Of course, in machzelos aleim l'tzel, and then you go ahead and you put some sort of screen or material, whatever it is, to go ahead and have tzel of shade. Im yesh barachman tefach, if these beams are tefach wide, or fila ein barachman tefach, even not tefach. Im ein bein lozel shel tefach. We have a few of them, and they're less than gimel tefach, less than lavud. Chashivi oil, they're already considered an oil. Once, since the beam is a tefach, and or there's two beams, two small ones, but there's lavud, that's considered oil which is already there. And the havlik to sefis oil ara geshari, that's called moisiv oil, and it's mutter. Mitam ze machzelos prusik tefach, or if you already have some sort of umbrella, not umbrella, but you have a screen above, some sort of awning or whatever it is, which is already tefach, or you have on the stroller. It's already been a bit open, whatever it is. Generally it's folded completely, but usually it's a tefach folded. Butu lifrois shar machtelos for Shabbos. You're allowed to open the rest on Shabbos. The tefach she'aru chutz min a kricha, but that's not if there's a roll. Has to be it's open a tefach. So many strollers, even it's not if it's folded, that's considered a tefach. If it's like, let's say you have some sort of like blinds have like a thing you pull. Let's say, the twist can go up and down, but if you have something like similar to that where you pull it over and the thing itself is a tefach, that doesn't help. Has to be the actual covering is open a tefach. So therefore, by a stroller, the folded part is okay. That's already covered by a tefach. If it's all the way down, let's say it's folded all the way down and it's not. And I will have I don't know all the strollers nowadays, but that'll be
there's
a
lot. There's a lot. Don't get into it.
Yeah, that would be in the shayla to be discussed, and that's you have to know each model, ask the Rav. I don't know.
What about an accordion wall or a wall like this?
No,
wall was different. Wall we said before would also be if it's a tefach. If it's a piece of materis,
When it's all folded up,
that would be a tefach.
it would be more than a tefach.
Yeah, but that's considered. Yeah, that's not the kricha. That's not that's the mechitza just sticking out of tefach. But if it's the kricha, like I said, let's say you have a tube where it's like rolled up by the tris or something. It's rolled up.
These panels here are all against the wall. You go and call that the kricha?
That's not kricha. No, kricha is really if it's rolled up in it's rolled up in a scroll.
If you have a rolled up wall, like people have on their pasod, and it's rolled up completely.
If it's rolled up completely, if it's rolled up completely, then that part, I don't know. I guess that part wouldn't be considered. If it's chutz mi kricha, has to be it's a little bit out from the kricha. Yeah. Mita shamirim isa. Now we're going to discuss about what putting furniture and things. A mita, a bed, when you want to set up a bed. Also, lahaniach reglayim tchila lahaniach aleim crushing. Talking about over here, when you have reglayim, you have like the let's say you have they have a wooden frame, a complete wooden frame, or even two parts of it. It's solid. It's a solid mechitza, and you put them up, and then you put the bed on top. So that's also. Yasim are crushing tchila ba'avir. And you take the bed or the slats and you hold it in the air, and then you stick the other things underneath. For instance, let's say you have let's say I don't know what you do with a bed that opens up to have stuff underneath. Maybe it's made to open, it's on oil. But let's say you pick the whole bed up. And then suddenly you have inside, you have more than a tefach underneath, and you're storing stuff there. So that would be also to go ahead and to put the bed down. You have to do is you have to, any person has to hold the bed, and you have to move the thing underneath. If it's already there, it could be it's okay. But this is when you're setting something up. Folding tables and the email is not that's made to open. It's not called. We don't make it. It's not called an oil because it's already everything's attached. Let's talk about again, like I said, it's a full frame of a reglayim shamito shalana. Just have legs. That's not called. That's not called an oil because there's no sides. However, there are machmirim different nakudas. It's still better to go ahead and hold the thing up and put the legs underneath. If it's still better, and you shouldn't stick the things in. But with the folding table, that's okay because it's not a daf and it's therefore it's fine. Mita shehi misoreges, if it's woven, if it has ropes or something. If the mattress on, if the ropes have more than it has tvachim, also lifros alei sadin, that you can't go ahead and put a sheet on it. Shiv the oven oila, because that if it's a bigger gap, so you want to just put a sheet on. If the bed is made out of rope, So then, some sort of hammock or something, and that will be an oil.
Or a dargan, which was the old beds that were used back in the days of the Beis Hamikdash, where that's really what everyone had.
Why don't we say tefa or lavod or this? It was already there.
No, if the ropes were for more than 3 trachim, so then now you're putting a sheet on, you're making an oil.
Why?
Because it's an apparatus that has just 4 little pieces of wood holding it together, and then the rope is woven in between all the 4 pieces of the bed. So now basically what you have is not a bed, but this like hammock.
It's not a full hammock.
No, not the hammock. No, I would just give you a vague example. It's not a real hammock.
It's not a real hammock. It's just a bed that was primarily used during the days of the Mishnah and the Gemara.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm confused. I meant like they have that hangy that like you're lying on.
What it's talking about is if the ropes are not really close together. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Right. Okay. Also, something big tachton me'aleh mishum d'kasasa oil. But if you have a sheet on it already, you have to take it off. That's laser oil. In hayaleh karo keses or beged paros erev Shabbos, if there was stuff on it erev Shabbos, kishur tefa. If you already have a pillow there or something, then that's covering the tefa. Mutter lifreis the Shabbos a kolamita. Then you can go ahead and put whatever you want on this hanging type of bed. Right. We'll stop.